Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So today I'm just doing a little bit of a bonus video because I've just been clearing out my scrapbox and I found that I had a whole heap of strips. So, you know, when you're cutting down paper pads or cardstock or what have you to make pockets and things, you end up with these little like offcuts. And what I wanted to do today was I made these when I worked on my travel themed project, and I found these out, and I thought I would do a little video on making something similar to this. So essentially what you do is you build up your little strips with, you know, a fussy cut or a label or something, and then what you end up with is, well, some kind of embellishment. It can be a side tuck on a page, a bottom tuck, it can be something that hangs over as a tab, it can embellish pockets. Essentially it's just a little embellishment that is easy to make, but they look really cool. So I thought I was just going to make a bonus video today, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to throw caution to the wind, get out my bits and bobs and do kind of like a bit of an ad hoc video with a semi-plan. So what I have got strips of cardstock. I've got my leftover masterboards from the last video, might be able to use those, and then I've just pulled out various fussy cuts which I felt like would be good for centre focus type stuff. I don't know, I just kind of pulled out some random stuff. And then I pulled out some labels, and then I've just got some random snippety things which I might be able to use. We'll see what happens, and we're just going to have a little bit of a play with our scraps and things. Okie dokie, so right, first things first, I'm going to start with one that I have pre-planned because it just gets me into the flow of everything and it gets me going. So we are going to start with whatever scrap you like, and I'm just going to shove some glue on it. And I'm just going to build up this nice little blue inspired piece. And then, yeah, I've just got little, you know, random stuff that you've just got in your stash. Perfect. Get them out, use them. And, you know, you can make something fun, practical, pretty, stash busty, scrap busty, all the shebang. That's that one. I quite like it as it is. I may add a butterfly, so I will use that as the base, and we'll come back to that one because I haven't cut any butterflies out. Okay, right then, so let's go with some green. So I'm just gonna go for it, basically, you know, just grab your scraps and you can overlay things. So I'm going to overlay this thin one on top of the wider one because, you know, why not? And I might use some masterboard on this one because that piece at the back is quite dark. Now what I'm wondering is whether I can be really lazy with this and I'm going to glue this one, and then I think I'm going to try and see if I can use a stapler. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. As I said, I have a vague idea of what I'm doing today. But the whole point of today is just a little bit of inspiration for you. A bit of scrap busting and stash busting for me. And hopefully you'll like what I'm about to show you. So just trying to position it where I want it. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pop a stapler all the way through that to catch all the layers. Keep it really easy today. And then what do we think to that? I think it looks pretty cool. So your focal point is going to be glued on top of your staple, so no one knows it's there. Of course you could add, you know, bits of fabric in there if you want. And then because we've stapled them as well, is they don't, they stay a little bit 3D. So yeah, pretty cool. Right, that was the plans over. I don't know what I'm doing next. So let's see what we can come up with. Okay, so I've got some browns, which I think I can mix with my green papers. So let's see what we can do. I think one needs to be a bit longer. There we go, perfection. And then yeah, you just play around with it until you've got something that you're, you know, vaguely happy with, I suppose. It helps if the pieces you get out kind of vaguely go together. Yeah, just have fun with it. And watch as the cogs twist and turn as you try to figure out what goes together. I'm just thinking, I kind of want to bring in a little bit of colour. I don't know if I'm feeling the green today. Ooh, that could be a little bit different, couldn't it? It dulls down the pink a little bit. Let's see what we can do with this. Is that too bright? Maybe. Okay, now I'm going to bring in this brown. Why not? Let's go for it. So I'm going to put a staple as close to the middle as I can, but the idea is that I'm getting all of those layers. This one will be more like a page edge because it's much bigger. But of course it's the focal point that really does the talking, so to speak. So I want something that will go with this. Why not? And then I'm just wondering if I should be adding a label to this one. I've got like a little like what's it called, identification label. Yeah, let's do it. So I'll glue the mushrooms first. These are some Edith Holden mushrooms. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, is just like clusters, which I suppose this is a form of a cluster, you can get very stuck in your head. So my motto these days is to just get on with it and yeah, just have a play basically, and see what you can come up with. So fingers crossed. I like these at the end of it. There we go, much bigger one. I like how unique they are. I think that's the part that is interesting me the most, is it's unique. It's, you never know what you're going to get out of a session like this. And what I was doing before is I was almost telling myself to set like a 15-minute timer, and then from that, oops, sorry, I'm just messing with my scraps. From that you can, what's the word? Almost use it as a warm-up session, that's what I'm trying to say. A warm-up crafting session to get the cogs whirring, whilst also making something that hopefully, ideally, you like, and that makes you happy. Right, what are we doing with you? I quite like these little like botanical label, I don't know. Yeah, I quite like that. Let's go with that. Hopefully this will be okay on top of the staple. But it's one of those things, is I don't know about you, but I always end up with odds and ends at the end of a project, and sometimes I end up with odds and ends across a variety of projects. Like, all these scraps came from different things that I've worked on, and you wouldn't ordinarily think those colours go together, but I don't know, I feel like it does, so why not? And I'm doing it fast because I don't want to give myself room to second guess what's going together, because it's much easier, I'll admit, it's much easier for this type of project if you have stuff, you know, they all came from the same paper pad or the same kit or something. As soon as you start mixing kits, it does become much harder. I'll be the first to admit it. So what I'm trying to make sure that I do is not second guess myself. And if I like something, I am committing to it. And for me, that's probably the most useful thing I could ever give myself is the chance to just get on with it, you know? But the only trouble is I do not have a fussy cut on my desk currently that I like with this. I like this, but I want to find the right fussy cut for it. Where I want something like, it needs to be the right colour, I think. So bear with me, I'm just going to find the thing that I want to use. Well, that was quick. I just found a bird at the bottom, so I'm wondering if I can piece together a bird with something. And I quite like the idea of having this this tab in there somewhere if I can figure it out. So let's just go for it. That's my motto today, is just do it, just go for it. So just add that little something in there. And just like the other day, I am not inking anything. I don't know why, I'm just not in the mood to ink things at the moment. Whoops. There we go. I don't know why. I used to, well, I usually ink a lot. Yeah, that's going to look really cool. I like that. I like it a lot. That's it. So I don't really know what I'm making, is the truth. I'm making a mixture of things because this one would look really cool hanging out of the side as like the number is the tab. So yeah, I'm kind of making a whole heap of different things here, but they're all using the same basic ingredients. What do you think? I think they look pretty cool. I'm happy so far. So it's about getting the right length of things, like you know, you've got to sort of look to see what goes together, really, isn't it? She says. I mean, I've seen lots of people do this kind of a thing. It's nothing, it really is nothing new at all. I used to really struggle with this type of thing. I remember I tried it, I've tried it a few times to be fair, and I really struggle with not being in my head, and it has taken me a long time to now be in the frame of mind of just going for it, committing to it, and just getting on with it. Make a cool belly band actually, wouldn't it? And then, you know, you end up liking it when you do that. You know, especially if you're working with different papers. As I said, it's a lot easier if you're working with stuff that has been designed to go together. But I am very much in the frame of mind where I need to use some stuff. That is the whole point of my stash busting challenge I've been doing, where I have been stuck with just a load of random supplies that I can't seem to figure out what to do with. And so this type of a process is really helpful to me because, you know, these things aren't supposed to go together, but I am liking them. So let's try and get in a label with this one. Ooh, if I move that up, I kind of like that label being in the middle like that. Yeah, I love it. Okay, cool. I would never have put these papers together. That's the wacky thing. Bright blue with some brown, I believe William Morris from my woodland project, and the blue is just from some random Patreon project that I did, which I think I did do it on video. You know, it's just, these things shouldn't go together. And but some people will be thinking, oh, what is she doing? She's doing something wacky. But I'm really liking how they're looking, actually. So, whoops, now that I have discovered how much I do like these, I think my goal going forwards will be to get to the end of a project and have all your strips of papers that you've, you know, been cutting down pockets and things. And then I think my goal will be to get on and make some of these with the leftover papers, because I'm really liking them, and you know, rather than just sitting on these things forevermore. There we go. I'm kind of in between projects at the moment. I've got a lot of unfinished projects. Again, I don't know how it happens to me every single time, but it does. I always end up sitting on leftover projects, and so I was just trying to think about where I could make this flower stand off a bit more, or the mushrooms actually. But yeah, anyway, so I'm in between projects at the moment, so I'm just kind of in the mood to just do a few random things and just see what happens. Is the truth. I'm not sure about that. I want to get this number in somehow. But as I said, these are just completely random supplies that in theory should not go together, and I am making them go together with all my will and might so that I can get them used up. And I'll tell you what, I'm having the most amazing amount of fun. I'm probably not producing anything remotely like a good video. I am trying. I am trying. I'm actually wondering about putting, oh yeah, I like that. Let's go with that. Forget the fussy cut, we'll just go with a label. You know, but sometimes I just want to do this type of video where I just get on with it, and then I just show you something which is hopefully, you know, vaguely interesting and useful and ideally inspiring. So, you know, hopefully you are reaching for your strips of paper and cardstock and all the rest of it as we speak. That would be amazing if you are. Please do tell me if that is what you're doing. And yeah, don't be frightened to mix things, is my moral of the story today. Because even if something looks like it shouldn't go together, you may be able to make it work, because apparently that is what I'm doing today. So let's, I've just got a bunch of these blue scraps now. What have I got in here? I've still got tons of various things, really, if I'm being completely honest. Now, if I make that, that looks kind of cool. Yeah, let's do it. This is the most fun I've had in ages. Just simply just doing stuff and just making it into something. This is really fun. I'm kind of just using the stuff on my desk now. Kind of just like that. Which is really random. This is not at all like me. This is eclectic, isn't it? Yeah, that looks kind of cool. You're you'll think I've gone bonkers. I might put a butterfly on that one. So I really want to get these used up. I haven't been on very long, have I? Right, I definitely need something else in there. I've still got these random bits. Sorry if I'm knocking you. I'm getting excited now. It's like I started with, you know, a vague idea of what I was doing. Not really a huge plan. And I certainly didn't think that I would be putting some of these colours together at all. Not at all. And yeah, I suppose some of you will be thinking I've gone barking mad. Which is fine, maybe I have. But it's fun just to do this kind of eclectic business sometimes. So I've got that. I really am desperate to use these things on my desk. So let's see about using that. I've got a number. Looks good to me. Why not? There we go. These have been the fastest embellishments I think I've ever made in my crafting career. I think sometimes it's fun just to play with the stuff on your desk, and especially if you're in the frame of mind like I am these days, which is wanting to get stuff used rather than just sitting on it forever. It's very, very helpful actually to use what's on your desk rather than getting to the end of what you want to do and then having to put everything back. Oh gosh, worst feeling in the world, that. No, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. It's what's the word I'm trying to say? It's I've forgotten what I was trying to say actually. So I'll do another one like that, but I don't know if that's going to be. Yes, it will be. So I'm gonna have to get the trimmer out again. I've gone all giddy. I'm usually very, very planned with my videos. I think that's why I'm feeling so giddy, is because I'm sort of excited for where this project is going and what exactly I'm doing. I don't know. And this is how I would do things at home on my own, you know, if I wasn't filming, kind of thing. I would just be having a bit of a play. And sometimes it turns into something that I think you would want to see. And other times I'm like, oh, I don't know what I just made. I don't think I can replicate that. End of, you know. And then I'm just wondering if I could... You know, yeah, yeah, this is exactly how I go about doing things by myself. I just kind of just play, and then, you know, if it turns into something, then brilliant, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't really matter. You know, it's how I do things most of the time. Now I would like to be able to get this in somehow. I don't know where that would go. I really am just playing now. Just wanting to get that bit in, mainly to get it used up. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to staple that one because I think actually that Tim Holtz paper is going to be my focal point for that one. So I'm going to glue it. So yeah, I'm very sorry if this is not a video that you can follow along with or anything. This is me being me now. This is me being completely just wacky Justine, just having a play in her studio and hoping that she's showing something vaguely useful. and now talking about herself in the third person, which is a very weird thing to do. Oh dear. I am a Wally sometimes, I really am. I really am a Wally. Just trying to make sure that's vaguely straight. So yeah, I don't think I've put that exactly where I had it before. So I'm going to add to this one because I think I want some more of the book text. So I'm just going to, what am I going to do? I'm just going to tear that off actually. I'm going to start again and I'm just going to attach this onto this. That's what I'm going to do. Sorry, whacking the table, whacking everything. And then I'm going to do that kind of thing. What do you think? I think that looks kind of cool. So yeah, these are embellishments, tuck spots, page edges. Just a bit of everything really, isn't it? But a great way to use up your scraps, definitely. Right, this one I think wants a label, and I actually run out of labels because I made far more than I was expecting to. So let me just, oh, I'm thinking let's go with the black one. Yeah, so sorry if that was incredibly fast-paced. That was, yeah. Like I said, I was just having a bit of play and wanting to get some stuff used up, and then I sort of thought, well, it's one of those things is sometimes you'll be having to play in your studio and you'll wish that you had recorded what you were playing around with. It's not going to be the best video ever at all. It's literally you just playing about, prattling about. But then you end up making stuff that you just think, oh, I really wish I'd filmed that, because that would actually be inspirational to someone or vaguely interesting or, you know, just fun to watch. So, yeah, I just thought, well, instead of faffing about all the time, I'm just going to get on and turn the video on. Be completely not at all planned or anything. Vaguely at all, really, and hope that by the end of it we've made some cool stuff, and I haven't made myself look like too much of a Wally, ideally. So I'm just trying to find something that I can like frame behind the mushroom, just to make it stand off a bit. So what I'm looking for is sort of, you know, yeah, I suppose that kind of a thing. So I'm just going to cut this, sorry, cut this down. That's it. I believe this is a sticker, yes. Quickest video I think I've ever done though. No, that's not true. It's not the quickest video, more like, oh, I don't know. More like quickest video considering how much we've just made, I think is what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm going to do that, lovely. And then I want, I've run out of labels as well. I wanted something. something, let's have a little look. Just thinking about this black one. So yeah, a very different video today from what I expected to show you. And this is a clue as to what I'm like when I'm in the studio by myself. Yes, I do still talk a dime a dozen. Oh, what am I saying? but it's very all over the place and very just like, I'll grab that and I'll do that and I'll try that, and you know, eventually you hopefully have made something that you like. Right, I liked it where I had it and now I don't know where I had it. Whoop, sorry, dropping things now. I think I've just totally embarrassed myself with how giddy I've been today. Actually, that's what I am thinking. I've just been like an excited little schoolgirl, you know, who's just discovered, I don't know, grass for the first time or something. Daisy chains for the I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore me. I'm sure I'm sure many of you would have turned off by now thinking, what on earth is she going on about? Right, so there we go. In my little stash busting session, I have got a couple of bits left over, which I'm going to put to one side and collect for something else. So I had a few that I wanted to add butterflies to, didn't I? So I've got that one. I think those are all finished. Yes, yes. Oh, this is really fun. So I think that's probably finished. Butterflies. Let's have a little look what we've got in my tray. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Those were the quickest butterfly choices I think I've ever made in my life. There you go. We have got page edges, we've got tucks, we've got some kind of embellishment, we've just got, that one's a bit of a longer one. These are my new favourite thing. These were really fun to make. I made a whole heap without much thought at all. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I can impart on you today. I don't know why I can't get them all in. That they were just so fast, so cool looking, so different, so unexpected, so random, and a heap of fun. So I hope that you will consider giving these cute little embellishments, page tucks, side tucks, page edges, tabs, I don't know what to call them. It's just a mixture of embellishments made from just strips of paper and fussy cuts. Have a play, have fun, enjoy yourself, and hopefully you'll like your results just like I absolutely love what what I've come up with today. And honestly, the biggest thing, if you told me that I was going to put blue and black together with vintage colours, I know some people would use those colours. I would never put them together myself, and yet I love it. So yeah, have a play, have some fun, see what you can come up with. And if you do decide to give these a go, I'd love to see them. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to, you know, have a comment from you if you're going to give these a go. I'd love to see them. You know, if you want to share in the Facebook group, then please do share, because I do love seeing your takes on random stuff that I've done. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today. Sorry it was very eclectic, weird, wacky, but that's me having fun. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you like this little project, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye bye for now then.